Permian Resources, specifically focused on their Texas property in the Delaware Basin. So here we're taking a look at the map. So the Permian Resources is described as a pure play Delaware, and they've got about 400,000 net acres that both New Mexico and Texas. They are a significant driller in New Mexico. Again, we're going to specifically look at their Texas market. The counties that they're interested in are Culberson, Loving, Winkler, Ward, and Reeves. And for the purpose of this review, we've broken them down into blocks, and I'm going to quickly review some of their primary blocks. So blocks are pieces of property which they've consolidated and put together drilling programs associated with it, and that's the image that we see on the map. Just a quick note on their drilling and completions Q1 2024 presentation. They're touting a pretty significant decrease of from 22 days to 18 days, demonstrating 50% improvement. And a lot of it is picking high quality assets, drilling assets like drilling rigs. So that's a big focus. And they're seeing the same benefits in their completions as well. So taking it down from about 6 days to three days. And then, so they're looking at pretty significant capital expenditures, and a lot of it going into the Texas market. The first one we're going to look at is Block 50T7S. They've essentially two drilling rigs, HP 493 and HP 489. Taking a look at it, didn't find any battery corresponding to this particular block, so anticipating that would be coming down the line when they start their completions process. Did find a saltwater disposal battery facility that was transferred from Oxy, and so it hasn't been completed. And in this particular case, we see them going into the the Wolfbone trend is where their primary focus is. So this is pretty typical for them. When we're looking at the drilling program, what we're looking at activity dates is really the date to spud, and as they mentioned, about 18 days to finish drilling each one of the wells, and running a two well program for this particular block, of a total of 8 wells. This block is block 48, and ultimately it has 7 wells and on there, and then they again 2 different rigs, the NORAM fleet 28 and 25. It was spudded early, just in the fall, or sorry, in the spring here, late in the spring, and going into the Strawberry trend. And you can see by the projected depth, 700 feet, considerably shallower than what the previous block of 50T, where, I didn't put it there, it was more like 11,000 projected, that was a projected depth. The next block, block 5, so they currently have 1 well outstanding that they are still waiting to spud, whether they will or not. The lease is the Wyatt Earp lease. Again, 2 different rigs, H&P 602 and H&P 615, going into 2 different zones or 2 different fields, and the projected depth about 11,000 feet. Looked at it, couldn't find a facility, and these are not completed wells yet, so they still pending completions on their side of it. The last one we're going to look at is Block C3. This one is pending. So here's an example of a block that they have licensed, and next time I'll show the actual license date. But we don't know what rig is going to go on there. It's going into the Phantom Wolf camp, and about 11,000. So if they're going to maintain this, what we looked at is kind of the well permits for the last 6 months. If they're going to maintain the type of drilling activity, we'll probably see some pretty significant well permit activity in the next 30 days related to different drilling blocks for Permian Resources. If you have any questions, just contact Pat Hines, oilandgasleads.com.